back. Okay, listen up, everybody. By 2050, artificial intelligence is expected to fundamentally transform the global workforce. And with Canada now appointing its first ever Minister of Artificial Intelligence, it begs the question, can we keep up before we are left behind?
Ooh, here to tell us more about the state of AI in the workplace and how to prepare for it is futurist Sinead Bovell. Welcome back to the show.
Good to have you.
She back, she back.
We love when you stop by because you always give us great information about what's happening with technology and AI. So give it to us straight. How is this going to change the workforce in the future?
Well, the forecasts, they keep shifting, but according to the latest report from McKinsey, by 2030, about 60% of all jobs could be significantly altered by artificial intelligence.
60?
60. And unlike past waves of automation, which typically targeted more routine blue-collar jobs, generative AI is targeting more cognitive, routine, and non-routine tasks, and particularly in middle and higher-paid professions like law, sales, marketing, finance. We have been through massive shifts in the workforce before, Industrial Revolution, but I think AI will reshape work faster and more profoundly than anything we've seen in the past.
Okay, let's all breathe in.
Yeah, I was like...
You've said that AI is coming for the unmotivated. Okay, what does that mean?
So on average, we can all expect 39% of our skills to become obsolete or need to be transformed by 2030, meaning we have to be willing to continue to learn and to evolve. And we also can't just expect to wave AI like a magic wand and do everything for us and sit back and ride the wave. AI will have to redefine what we bring to the table. So if your workplace, for instance, is offering AI courses and sessions, start attending every one, learn on their dime, watch free YouTube videos, play with these tools. You can speak to them in natural language. My biggest piece of advice for the future of work is do not wait for your job to be disrupted. Refusing to use AI is like refusing to use electricity. It's a general purpose technology. It's going to change everything, so we have to start getting comfortable with the idea of change.
Okay.
Good advice.
Okay, well, according to new data from the United Nations, AI in the workplace is nearly 3 times more likely to take a woman's job than a man's. Of course. Explain this. Why?
Right, so the report indicates that clerical roles and administrative roles have some of the highest risk of exposure to generative artificial intelligence. And the data show that around 95% of those jobs have been held by women. But the problem is actually twofold, because women today are 25% less likely to be adopting AI tools. And this is largely because women question more the ethics of using these tools. So I think this is on the leaders in the workplace to ensure they're empowering all workers to lean in and start playing and using AI at work.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So, Sinead, you said that 60% of jobs will be affected by AI. So are there any AI-proof jobs out there?
So it's less about AI-proof jobs and more about the important skills for the future.
Okay.
So some of the most important skills are skills like judgment, communication, critical thinking, contextual analysis. So not tech skills, because you have to think, what questions am I asking a supercomputer? And am I communicating myself properly? And do I have the judgment to know what AI tells me? Is that good? Is that useful? But I think even beyond skills, the future of work is a mindset shift. We are used to our careers being linear. We get a job, we build experience, we go up the ladder. In the future of work, we'll start to move more laterally between projects, which means we're going to have to stop defining ourselves by our job titles. I am not my title, but I do bring a unique collection of skills and the ability to learn to any work that is in front of me.
Okay. So with all of that, can you give us like a real world example then?
Yes. Okay, so maybe you don't consider yourself the numbers person. You do not like finance, but you have really strong judgment skills. You may be the best person to make the financial decisions because in a world where AI does a lot of the analysis, your ability to interpret results and weigh trade-offs and zoom out and see the bigger picture makes you the best person for those decisions.
Okay.
I like that a lot. Okay, which is a lot of women in the household, I'll be honest. Okay, so there's this phrase that a lot of us hear all the time. It's not that AI will take your job, it's someone using AI that's gonna take your job. But you say that that kind of oversimplifies the situation. So What really happens when there's a major technology shift in the landscape? Like,
Yes.
tease this out for
We
us.
have to stop saying that phrase, that it's as long as you use AI, your job isn't going anywhere, because it's akin to saying it's not the internet or Expedia that takes your job. It's the travel agent who uses Expedia, and that's not true. In the age of the internet, the role stopped making sense. So we don't want people just to learn AI for their role. We want them to zoom out and see the broader skills they're adopting when they start to interact with these systems that they can transfer anywhere. I think that's more important.
Okay, that's interesting. So Prime Minister Mark Carney recently appointed Evan Solomon, former broadcaster, as Canada's first Minister of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Innovation. So experts say Canada is actually behind other countries in AI development. So what do you think of this position, and how much impact will it have?
I do think Canada appointing a Minister of AI is a really strong signal, because government and leadership are going to be the deciding factors in whether the transition to the AI age is equitable and successful, from helping businesses adopt it to stay nationally competitive, to helping the workforce skill, and to ensure that there are adequate safety nets for the in-between times. But Canada has a huge advantage. Access to healthcare and to public education is not tied to your job. Because the reality is, we might not be able to predict what your job will look like in 5 years, but you will probably still need care, and your kids will need somewhere to learn. And so in an era of rapid disruption, protecting the public should never be politicized. And thankfully in Canada, we've already made that decision.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
very important stuff. Before we let you go, just curious, how is AI going to affect talk show host jobs? Should we be worried? Should we get a skill?
That job specifically is safe.
That's all I need to hear. That's all I needed to hear, Sinead. Thank you very much for stopping by and all your insight. Fantastic as always. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Our jobs are safe.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.